So I want to welcome everybody to the NETPA virtual meeting. This is ours. We do these every month. Sometimes we do employer panels. Sometimes we do guest speakers. The whole purpose is to connect job seekers in the community with employers in the community. We're exclusively focused on Arizona. So that's why we have all Arizona employers here today. But before we get started, I want you to meet our board. I believe they are all on the call today. First is myself. I'm the president of NETPA. I am the CEO and founder of Core Matters. And we've developed the Core Fit hiring system to allow employers to implement our process and hire better people faster. Vera Lee, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Verily Keenan, Vice President of Nepta. I'm delighted to be here and to welcome everybody. So briefly, I've had quite a long career in economic development, workforce development, and human resources. I've been fortunate to work as an assistant commercial officer with the British Consulate General, San Francisco. I've also worked for the state of Arizona as a business representative. And I've worked for with Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest as an employment specialist, helping refugees find work, and also a trainer. So my day job, and I'm going to talk about this a bit later, I am with Arizona at Work, Maricopa County, helping businesses with their employment needs and helping job seekers find employment. Again, welcome everybody.
Thanks, Farrelly.
Welcome.
Jose. Introduce yourself real quick. You're muted.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jose Rojas. I am the treasurer for NEPTA. My current role is employment rehab manager with Mercy Care, working with our members to get them connected to meaningful activity in the community, whether that be employment or anything they find meaningful. Welcome.
Thanks, Jose. Cameron.
Hi there. Currently, I work with ZipRecruiter, so I have a lot of industry in the job board space, but pretty much my focus here with NETPA is with the members and making sure that you guys are being taken well care of.
Thanks, Cameron. And finally, Maggie, are you on the call? All right, I'll introduce Maggie really quick. She's our secretary. Most of you probably know Maggie. She's been involved with NETPA for a while now, over 10 years. She's done economic development, and she really keeps us connected to the community. She knows a ton of our employer members as well as a lot of our partners. So real quick, a little bit about NETPA. We've got 3 core values. We want to connect the underserved to the right employers. We believe in growing our community, and we like to do what's unconventional. I'm very much, if you want, I very much have this philosophy. If you want something different, you've got to do something different. And what we see is a lot of organizations and a lot of employers that are struggling to hire right now. They're using the same old tried and true methods that worked 20 years ago, and they're struggling because it's not working today, which is one of the reasons that we've put this event together, because this is something different. This gives our employer members an opportunity to meet with our community partners and get in front of job seekers. It's another way to market and promote their company. So here are some of our employers this month. I'm going to let them introduce themselves in a second, and we're going to spend the next 60 minutes or so just learning more about them, learning more about their company, their culture, their open jobs, how you can apply. So if you are here as a job seeker or as a community partner, be ready to take some notes. There are a ton of amazing opportunities available with our panelists today. All right. So for the panelists, so this is how it's going to work. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to let everybody on the panel answer. So please keep your answers short. Really, we're focused on we're really focused mostly on who you are as an organization. We really want to know more about your open positions. The goal of today is to get you that exposure that you need to help you fill some positions. But there are a lot of us today, so I want to make sure everybody gets a shot. So what I'll do is I'll call on you. What I want you to do for this first question is I want to know who you are, what company you're with, real basic stuff, where people can find out about the positions you're hiring. So if you have a careers website or a website, I'd love for you to share that information. Also for our panelists, if you want to chat to all of our attendees, please do so. Send a chat message out to all of them so that they can figure out how to get a hold of you. But so your name, your company name, how they can find out about your jobs. And then if there is anything in particular position-wise that you're looking to hire. So what are your open positions? What are the high demand ones, the ones that you're struggling to fill? Are we good? All right, Gregory, you're in the top left corner. You go first.
Right on. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Greg Abel. I work with Copa Health. I'm a staffing coordinator. And right now we have about 80 to 90 plus open positions with our company. We're in the East Valley, the West Valley, and Central Phoenix. We do group homes, case management. What was the other question, sir?
Just really, what is it that you're looking to fill specifically and how people can apply?
So we have a BHT positions open, behavioral health technician opens in our group homes. We have case management opens in our outpatient clinics. We have our DD group homes available as well. So we have many different positions that we have open that we recruit for. If you go to www.copahealth.org, that is our website. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll click on careers, and then you'll scroll down to the bottom and click on current job openings, and all of our jobs will be listed. You can review them and see what the minimum requirements are and what each title is, each job is, what is it about. And then if you want to apply for it, click on apply, fill it out, attach your resume, and it will go to one of our recruiters because it goes right to our email, which is a great function we have. And then we can get on there and call the candidate and ask questions, see what they're looking for.
All right. Thanks, Gregory. All right, Leah, you're up.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Leah Hill, and I'm from Honor Health. I oversee our workforce development functions. So as a former recruiter, I partner with talent acquisition in building pipelines, pathways, and partnerships into employment. So I'm kind of the PR or the human face of the talent acquisition team. And I look forward to working with all of you today to see if a career at Honor Health is something that may be of interest to you. We currently have 1,300 positions available because we just opened our 6th hospital last year. We're opening a behavioral health institute later this year, and our neuroscience institute opens next week. So growth is on the horizon. HonorHealthJobs.com is where you can find all of our positions that span the Phoenix and Scottsdale areas, from Anthem to South Tempe and from Fountain Hills to Avondale. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I look forward to hearing from all of those job seekers and community participants out there.
Thanks, Leah. All right, Christina.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christina. I am a recruiter with Salad & Go. Currently, right now, we are looking to fill like 50 plus positions with our new market that we're opening up. But so right now, we're looking for our food manufacturing facility, multiple team member positions, store manager positions, and then culture leader positions. You can also apply our Instagram and our Facebook. It's really easy just to go ahead and click and apply that way. But all of our postings are going to be on our website, saladandgo.com, and then you can just go to the careers page, and it has every location listed out by store number, and then you could apply that way.
That's great. Thank you. Robin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Robin Stanton. I am the senior recruiter with Cenlar FSB, which is a mortgage subservicing company. And we have location in Tempe, where we have currently we have probably about 60 different openings, but we're always hiring, like a lot of places. You've got that ongoing need for employees. So our website where you want to apply and see the openings that we have is cenlar.com. That's CENLAR. .com/careers. And then you can filter by positions in Arizona because we do have multiple sites across the country. Right now, we're especially hiring for positions that we call mortgage servicing professionals, which are our customer service and our collections call center agents. And we also have lots of opportunities for people in leadership roles. We have a few supervisor openings, some business analysts, and a variety of other positions. So it's not just about the entry level, but we also have lots of other opportunities available as well. So I would encourage people to go to the website and see what's out there.
Thank you. Megan.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Megan, and I am a recruiter here at Community Medical Services. We are currently hiring for a little bit over 30 positions all over the state of Arizona, East Valley, West Valley, Central Phoenix as well. We are looking for individuals that would fit in with administrative, security, operations, facilities, call center, nursing, case management, and counseling. The best way to apply for our opportunities is going to be our company website, which is just our company name with no spaces, communitymedicalservices.org. On the very top right-hand side, you'll see a button that says Career Opportunities, and that will launch you to our Career Opportunities page. If you're looking for a shortcut, you can always just type in Community Medical Services Careers Opportunities, and it will take you there as well. Definitely excited to share a little bit more about our company later, and thanks so much for the invitation, Ryan.
Thanks, Megan. All right, Deborah.
Hi, my name is Debbie Ortegan. I'm the HR director here at Phoenix Medical Psychiatric Hospital. We're part of 16 of neuropsychiatric hospitals, which has 16 hospitals spanning from Indiana to Texas here to Arizona. So we're growing rapidly. We just added another hospital in Prescott as well. So we have a total of 84 open positions. Most of those positions are, we have 7 RN day, 8 RN night. We have LPN, CNA, executive assistant, cook, diet assistant, 1 security, and some housekeepers. Every time we open a wing, we add more. We're only halfway open here in Phoenix, and we're hoping to open the next wing in the next few weeks. Our culture is wonderful. We're growing. We're developing that right now. We're doing a lot of employee appreciation, a lot of nice things for our employees. We just celebrated Nurses Week and Hospital Week, where we appreciated them with a lot of delicious meals and sweet treats to enjoy throughout the week. And I just want to tell you that you can find our positions open at neuropsychiatrichospitals.net. Careers with us, and there you'll see that we have our positions available.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for that quick intro. So as I said before, it's no secret. Employers have a lot of open positions right now, and they are struggling to really attract job seekers. And I believe that one of those reasons is everybody's looking right now. And unless you're doing something different to stand out, it's really easy for job seekers to miss you in just the mass of employers looking to hire right now. So what I'd love to do is know a little bit more about what it's like to work there. So if you could talk a little bit about what the organization's like, what it's like to be a part of the team, maybe even address some of the culture, but really give us some insight to what it's like to be a part of your company. Does that make sense? Everybody good? Awesome. All right, Leah, we'll start with you this time.
So I myself have been an Honor Health employee for 18 years. And one of the reasons that I stayed at Honor Health as long as I have is because it's truly a culture of learning and development. And I consider myself a lifelong learner, a geek, if you will. Very fortunate that Honor Health myself has paid for my master's degree and about 6 professional certifications. And so that's what keeps me engaged and excited about the culture of Honor Health. But also, I think one of our differentiators is our commitment to the community and how we want to reach back out to not only our community being comprised of our patients and our employees, but also those who may not hopefully ever be our patients. We want to keep them healthy, and we want to be able to provide services to them, such as our food bank if they need food during this time or at any time, as well as medical care or just outreaching to special populations such as veterans, persons with disabilities, and not only forming pipelines to employment, but also providing them with training so they can care for our community. And the only other thing I'll mention in terms of culture is even though we have 12,700 employees plus, it's really like a small town. Everyone knows each other. And if you don't know someone, you make an effort to get to know that person. And it's really like kind of a Midwestern small town, if you will, and the fact that everyone is kind of very polite, very nice, they're outgoing, and they really want to see teammates as employees succeed when it comes to making sure that we're doing what's right and what's best for our patients.
That's great. Megan, talk to us a little bit about what it's like to be a part of your team.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one of the common misconceptions about community medical services is because our services are so serious, we're really working to eliminate the consequences of substance use disorder in our community. Individuals think that that may transfer to our culture. That is not the truth. Our unofficial motto is we take our services seriously, but not ourselves. We have a ton of fun here. We have a really great employee appreciation committee that is always throwing fun events, making sure that we're engaged. And the way to most of our employees' hearts is through food. I'm not sure if that's, true for everyone else, but we really love food. That makes us feel appreciated. So whether it's having fun, wacky spirit days or giving back through our tuition reimbursement program, we're really trying to make sure that individuals see us as a home, not just, a job. We're really looking to help individuals further their career. And that's something that we can absolutely offer. We're growing more now than ever. We're opening up an additional 10 to 12 clinics this year. And we opened up 12 clinics last year. And whenever we are promoting, we always look within first. So really offering, long-term opportunities for individuals is something that's very much a part of our culture.
Thanks for that. Deborah.
Well, our hospital makes us unique because we take the patients with comorbidities and behaviors that others cannot or will not treat. So we're kind of the middleman when they're coming out with their neuro problems and they need a place to go in time till they are transferred to a forever home, like we say, or a forever place for them to care for them. So we focus on the integration of medical and behavioral health and have both psychiatric and medical providers attending to our patients daily. We hire people who have the heart to deal with people that have neurological problems, as some of our, or most of our patients have autism. And so they require a lot of special one-on-one. So we hire the nurses with the biggest hearts that will be able to sit and with our patients one-on-one for their time that they're here on shift. We honor our nurses with allowing them to, well, not allowing, by providing them the assistance, because we've partnered with Capella University for them to continue their education as well. We believe in continue education for our employees, which allows them to grow in our community of hospitals and transfer about as we are located in so many areas. We have over 1,000 employees, and training is the fundamental to our knowledge base, coupled with the experience that we have here at our various hospitals.
Thanks.
I've been here for 2 months, and it's been quite the learning experience, and you jump in with both feet and run. But I think that's how it is at all hospitals when you get going, but it's a lot of fun here. And smile, smile is all I tell everybody.
Thank you. Robin.
One of the things that sets Cenlar apart from other companies is we're an employee-owned company. So our employees aren't just employees, there's owners of the company. And that really kind of reflects in a lot of things we do in our culture. We really believe that our employees are our greatest asset. So we do a lot of things to kind of help encourage and support our employees. We have ongoing education and training opportunities. We have a library of different things that people can do to learn more, whether it's they want to just go and learn about something fun, they're interested in learning woodworking or something like that, there's that opportunity, or whether it's something they want to do in terms of development for their career. We really have a big emphasis on succession planning and really getting people developed and ready for the next step. So internal promotion is a big part of our culture. So we have formal mentorship programs as well. We are very big on doing fun things to kind of keep work fun, so that people want to come to work and it's not just something that they have to do. So we have little fun competitions between our teams on an ongoing basis. We do lots of things, like we have a costume contest at Halloween. We have a decorating contest for the different teams and around their cubicles at Christmas and the winter holidays. We do a lot of community events. We are involved in a lot of walkathons. We do things like food drives or school supply drives, things like that, to keep our employees engaged and participating. So those are some of the things that really set us apart at Cenlar.
Thank you, Robin. Christina, talk to us about Salad and Go.
Yeah, so at Salad and Go, our mission or our vision actually is that on every corner one day where there's your traditional like fast food drive-through restaurant, that there will be a Salad and Go there, providing like a true alternative for our community. And like our mission is just to be able to provide organic, ready-to-eat food affordable for everyone. And I think that we're definitely accomplishing that with our community efforts. So because one of our core values is compassion, we just strive to be compassionate for everyone. So year to date, I don't want to get my numbers wrong, but in 2020, when the program began, where we just wanted to be able to help everyone out through this tough time, we donated 170,000 salads to different organizations, whether it's the homeless or first responders or anything like that. And this year alone, we've donated over 4,000 each week. We just partner with different churches or different like any sort of like organization that we can partner with. We've donated 4,000 each week. Starting this year. I just think that with Salad and Go, it just sets us apart because I've only been here for about 4 months now, but I can definitely say that out of all the positions I've had graduating from college and everything like that, this is a company that truly speaks to or truly works on what our vision and our values are. I just try to tell everyone that when it comes to the community, we really try to put our efforts forward because we're the first ones to do it. We're the first ones to be able to provide this sort of service. So that definitely sets us apart at Salad and Go. We're definitely growing. As of now, we have 30 stores, 29 in Phoenix, and then we just opened our Dallas market, so we have 1 in Dallas. Within this year, we plan to open 21 more stores in the Phoenix area. Casa Grande coming soon, and then we're in Tucson opening up soon. So we're definitely growing and definitely trying to hire and fill those positions.
Thank you for that. Gregory.
Yeah, so I've been with Copa Health for 1.5 years, and one of the things I like about our company is it's a family oriented. It's one of the companies I've worked for that everyone's together, teamwork. You have your flexibility, and everyone helps everybody. Teamwork is the biggest thing, and we offer internships, and we want to watch our candidates promote within. We do offer many trainings, even if it's not in part of your training agenda. You can take it to learn more and build your experience and your knowledge up for our company, and we're growing. And as everyone's been saying, we're growing and that's the best thing about it, to help our clientele out. And we take them out on outings and events, and it's a good thing for our company and our clientele at the end of the day.
Great, thank you. All right, well, thank you everybody for giving us a little bit of insight into what it's like to be on your team. So one of the things I hear from job seekers a lot is that I apply and I don't hear back, and I apply and I don't hear back. And then they say they're going to get back to me, and then it's like 2 or 3 weeks. And I think a lot of that is just understanding that there's a process, there's a method to the madness. So what I would love for you to do is give our job seekers a little bit of insight into what happens once they apply. What's the process? How long should they wait? And if you have 1 or 2 tips that you can give our job seekers, to get their resume to the top of the list because that's what they want, right? How do they get their application to be the one that gets looked at? If you have a tip or two, I'd love for you to share it. So talk a little bit about the process. What's it like to apply? What's the interview process look like? Timelines. And then if you have one tip you could give everybody. All right, Megan, we're going to start with you this time.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Ryan. So the timeline for our company starts at the application. So once someone fills out an application on our company website, it does take me 2 to 5 business days to follow up with that individual and schedule a phone screen. And that is going to be the very first step. The scheduled phone screen, you can expect to be anywhere around 30 to 45 minutes, really just depending on how many questions the individual has. Typically, my time frame is around 30 minutes, but I always leave 15 minutes extra just in case there are some questions anyone would like to go over. After the phone screen has been completed, you can expect another 2 to 4 business days in the process while I schedule a final interview with the hiring manager. Right now, our interview process is still virtual, so it's going to take place on Microsoft Teams. From there, we can move forward pretty quickly. I will be able to extend an offer in 1 to 2 business days or provide feedback on why this wasn't a fit at this time. For those that are moving forward in the offer, there will be a warm handoff to our onboarding team that will go over our background and our drug screen standards. Right now, we can accept individuals that have a medicinal marijuana card, but not recreational, because we are governed by federal agencies. In terms of next steps, once the background and the drug screen is cleared, it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. Unfortunately, we did see a little bit of delay during the last year with getting those cleared very quickly, just because a lot of businesses had limited hours of operation. And of course, drug testing laboratories were processing more COVID tests than they were drug screens for employment. But still, we have hiring dates coming up for June 7th, June 13th, and June 21st, I believe. So we definitely have tons of hiring dates that are coming up. In terms of advice, I would say write a cover letter. It doesn't need to be long. It can be a paragraph, but especially if you're considering making a career change, explain that in your cover letter why, even though on your resume you may not have that experience, but you have that passion and that willingness to learn. I always look to see if there's an attachment for a cover letter, and it always makes my day when someone kind of took the time just to tell me a little bit more about themselves before I even place that phone call or send that email. So that would be my top tip.
Oh, I think that's a great tip. So customize the application a little bit for the employer is kind of what I heard there. And one way to do that's a cover letter. Robin, tell us about your process.
Ryan. Once we receive an application on our website, it will be reviewed by one of the recruiters within a week. You will get, and one of the things I would tell job seekers is to make sure that you look for that confirmation email. You will get a confirmation that your application has been submitted. So either at the end of that or through an email. So make sure that you're looking for that confirmation, because you may have missed something on the application and we might not have ever received it. So that's really a key tip that I would tell people is make sure that you're looking for that confirmation. Once you've submitted your application, the recruiter will review it. We review all of our applications, so there's no screening that removes, people that don't have certain keywords, as a lot of people think. And then the recruiter will contact qualified applicants within that week's time for a phone screen, and then an interview. If you're going to move on to the next step in that process for an interview, then you should hear something about that within either immediately or within 48 hours. And then after a second interview will be a phone interview also with one of our supervisors or managers. And then you should get a result back of your interview. You should hear something back from us within a week regarding the outcome of that interview. So it's perfectly appropriate, if you haven't heard anything after a week, to reach out to the recruiter that scheduled your interview to find out the status on that. And one of the suggestions that I would also give to people that are applying is make sure that your application is complete, make sure that you've looked at the job description and made sure that you're matching, your skills are matching what we're asking for in the job description. So make sure that's included in your resume. Also, if there's any questions that you need to answer, read those questions carefully. It's easy to get in a mode of click, 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 and not really read the questions. And sometimes you'll miss a question on there. I see it oftentimes, where somebody has answered something that's really not the right answer, but that could be something that could delay your ability, or even, you might get missed altogether if we're looking for a high volume of candidates. So make sure that you're reading carefully and selecting the correct response. Questions that are attached to that.
Okay, yeah, I think that's great. Just pay attention to the details and make sure that you're answering things correctly. Thank you for that, Robin. Leah.
So our candidate experience is outlined at honorhealthjobs.com on the landing page, and it's basically a 6-step process that walks the candidate from the time that he or she submits an application to the time that an offer is made to the candidate. That process in itself takes about 2 weeks. That would include the recruiter screening the application, then the recruiter setting up a initial phone screen or phone interview, and then a department interview or a series of department interviews, depending on the position and how the hiring manager wants to structure the selection process. After an offer is made and accepted to a candidate, then we initiate a background check. And once the background check is cleared or not cleared, it's not about passing or failing. And I'll include my contact information off in the chat box if you'd like to chat with me privately as to what we screen for within the background check and how that may or may not affect your eligibility. Then we invite the candidate in for a new employee health assessment, which is kind of like a minor physical for the candidate to show us that he or she can physically perform the functions of the job. And then also we draw titers or ask for proof of immunizations. And then we also do a drug screen. So the process in itself can take from start to finish, from the time you submit your application to the time that you're attending new employee orientation, 2 to 4 weeks. We do ask that you invest with us during this time, because once you become an Honor Health employee, you'll be richly rewarded and we will invest in you.
All right. Leah, do you have a tip?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ryan. So all of the tips that have been shared by my peers here have been excellent. One that I would add on to what has already been shared is read the job posting and just make sure. I know it might be easy to become overwhelmed when you see at this time 850 of those 1,300 jobs posted on honorhealthjobs.com, but apply for the position that speaks to you, not only in terms of your experience, making sure that you meet the minimum qualifications, but also being able to ensure that you can work the site where the job is being posted, as well as the shift. Being a 24/7, 365 operation, don't apply for a night shift position when you really want days. Just because you don't see a day shift position posted, make sure to apply the one that really speaks to you, that you're qualified for. And if you don't see one that's posted that speaks to you, join our talent community. And that's also available on honorhealthjobs.com, so we can stay in touch with you about hiring events and jobs that may best suit you.
I love that tip. Yeah, make sure that you're applying for a job you actually want and can get to and can work. So thank you for that, Leah.
You're welcome.
All right, Debbie.
Well, our process takes about 2 to 3 weeks. Again, the delay is the background check. I don't know if the rest of you wait on Maricopa County when they're doing the background check, but that takes quite a while. So we start off, we have our new hire orientation weekly. I'm moving people through very quickly. My management team is awesome. They assist me in reviewing the applications that I felt met the qualifications for the job. We promptly, or I promptly, or they assist me sometimes schedule the interviews. And at that point, we move forward with extending an interview and recommending them for a hire. And that same night, I would enter their background check to commence the process and walk them through what they'll see in an what to look for in an email, because they look for my name instead of the name of the background check company. So I give them step-by-step instructions of what to look for, the name of the email, who they can speak with at that place if they should have an issue or questions with the background check. And then I promptly move forward with sending them their documentation to Concentra so that they can move forward with their physical and their drug screen as well. Upon receiving that, they come in and start their new hire orientation. So I've been able to successfully move them in within about 2 weeks, but it takes a lot of phone calls and a lot of legwork. What I recommend is when people read the job description and it requires a license for an RN, that it be that they're honest if they have anything that would make it, if they're not valid, and it needs to come up because we run the checks. So it's ensuring that they meet the requirements again of the job, the position of which they're applying for, because we have to hire with those requirements, being a hospital, and not allow them to grow in that position. So
all right,
some of them they can learn, and they can't. They have to meet the requirements of that position.
all right, thank you, Gregory.
Yeah, so once a candidate applies, we get an email saying that they applied, and in about 1 to 2 days, we try to get back to every candidate right away. And we text, we will email, and we'll call as well. And then once we get a hold of that person, we'll do a phone screen. And then if it works out, we'll send it to the hiring manager. And within a day or two, the hiring manager will let us know, yes, they would like to move forward, set up the interview. We do Zoom interviews, we do phone interviews, and we are doing in-person interviews now. So that opened up a little bit. Different sites do different things. And then after the interview, if they want to accept, we'll make the offer. And it takes about 5 to 12 days to clear everything and get in. We do new hire orientation twice a month. So for instance, we do it the first of the week of the month and the third of the week. So if you were hired, say next week, you'll start on the 21st because of the holiday and you have a cutoff date. But you'll go through the background check, the drug test, the TB physical, and we'll get you in as quick as we can. And it's a pretty smooth process. And a tip, one of my tips would be, one of the things that I've been noticing that candidates have been sharing, when we email you with, especially Gmail, I've heard for the first time, it goes to your spam, and people don't check their spam emails. A lot of things are going to their spam these days. And the other tip, if after a day or about 2 or 3 days, if you haven't heard anything, you can always shoot a follow up with an email or just follow up with that person just to follow up and say, hey, have you received my resume or my application, and follow up like that as well.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that there's probably not a recruiter out there that gets frustrated when someone follows up with an application. It shows a little bit of initiative, a little bit of commitment to wanting the job. So definitely, if you haven't heard, follow up. I love that. And then Christina.
Yeah, so I think in our industry, what really sets us apart with Salad and Go, our time to hire can be as little as 1 day. And I think it really helps us out right now. One of the main questions we have are like the availability questions, and that lets us know right away, like whether we can hire you on at that point. And we send out a video interview right away, even if you don't have that availability we have. So I think that definitely helps us with our time to hire and our interview process, because once we receive the application, we either schedule a live interview, and also the texting function that's becoming so new and so easy to get into communication. We send you a text message right away, setting up an interview that day. And if you don't fit that, then we also still have your video interview on hand. And with our ATS, like being able to like pipeline them and let them know, like, hey, we did interview you, but unfortunately you don't have the availability, but we can follow up with you in the future. So I think that definitely helps keeping them updated, even if it's just a simple text message or an email letting them know, like, at this time we can't move forward. But yeah, being able to have that video interview function, it helps a lot. I mean, it just kind of like, it also helps us when you put that extra effort forward, like when you still put on a tie and everything like that, or you're not relaxing in your bed, or it's not in the dark or everything. I think that also just helps us screen applicants, because you can write on your resume all day and everything like that. But if you put that effort forward during your video interviews and everything like that. But my tip would be, for our industry, we obviously get either a lot of like first-time job goers, high school, college. My advice would be is dress it up. Like you could have zero experience, but if you tell me you babysat 4 kids and you just dress it up and you detail and write it out, I mean, I'm still going to look to hire you and make you a team member.
I love that. I will say one thing that I would recommend to job seekers, and you guys nod your heads if you agree, but when we call you to schedule the phone screen, know who we are. When we ask you, hey, do you remember applying? Like, if you tell us you don't remember applying and you don't know why we're calling you. So if you apply for a job, make sure that that's a job you want, that that's an employer you want to work for, because there's nothing worse than making that call and catching the job seeker off guard because they don't remember applying. So I would just put that one out there. Are there any other tips anybody else would like to share for job seekers? Because that's really, I think, what I hear a lot is I apply, and I never hear anything back. So is there anything that we didn't cover? I mean, those were some amazing tips. So I hope you guys were taking notes.
Well, I kind of always tell them or make themselves stand out, sell themselves in the top part of the resume, a little blurb about, why they want the job, even that part of the resume. So when we're looking through, it's right there. How are you the best for this job right up there? And they always sell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leah, did you have something?
So one tip that I would recommend to all the job seekers out there, regardless of industry, regardless of employer, is really speak the language of the company, of the organization, of the job within your resume, within your cover letter. And one way to do this, and excuse my little coworker in the background here, but one way to do this is to read the job posting or the job description, maybe use a word cloud service online like wordedout.com to kind of, if you're not going to read it period to period, to really see what what words are popping out and what words are most prominent, and then include those words within your resume or your cover letter, and then include quantitative measurements that make your work within previous positions or within your education unique. So it's not reading like a job description. And one way to do that, I mean, like as a phlebotomist, for example, one way is to say you did 50 patient blood draws in 1 8-hour shift while exceeding customer satisfaction or patient satisfaction scores to 90%. And then that way it shows what a rock star you are, and you are kind of showing what you can do rather than what you did just in a basic job description format.
I think that's great. Are there any other tips? Robin?
Smile.
Smile during the interview, yeah.
Yeah, I would also say, kind of piggybacking off what you said, Ryan, is that especially, you don't have to know everything about the company, but some familiarity with the company is always a plus, especially after when you go on to, if you're put onto that second interview, take a minute, just browse the company website or learn a little bit about the company. There's nothing more off-putting than saying, well, what do you know about our company? And well, really, I don't know anything. Can you tell me? So I would say, just get to know a little bit about the company.
Oh, that's great. Gregory, did you have something?
Yeah, I was going to say, be positive, go off the smile. Like, I forgot, I'm sorry, what she said earlier, smile, but be confident when you go in there as well. I know it's nerve wracking, try to break an ice. And I know the recruiters and the hire managers try to have an icebreaker to have everyone be relaxed and go with the flow and feel more comfortable.
Yeah. Leave the phone in the car or in your pocket, make eye contact, be present, be present. And I think that everybody, almost all the tips that you guys gave was about being present, whether it's when you're reading the job description, when you're applying, when you're on the phone screen, when you're interviewing, and just really be present. And amazing tips. Like we could put together a whole article and just give it to everybody, but I'm just going to tell them to watch this video instead so they can learn more about you. That was fantastic, because that's one of the biggest challenges that I hear from job seekers. And then of course I work with a lot of employers. So I hear the employers are struggling. I'm like, well, somebody's not right. Like it can't be the job seekers can't find, employers can't find. So I'm hoping that some of those tips I know they're invaluable, but I hope that they get put to use. And I can promise that if you could put all those tips together, it's going to be a lot easier in your job search. That's great. As we wrap up, I want to go around one more time, because I know that sometimes we'll get off the call and it's like, gosh, I wish he would have asked me. So this is your chance Anything else that you want to add? Anything that you feel you should have mentioned more about the culture, more about the process? Maybe some of you had mentioned career path. For some of you, you guys really have good career path programs. Maybe talk about that a little bit more. If there's a specific position that you're like, you know what, if we could just get some more applicants for this position, this is your opportunity to just fill in all the gaps. Anything else that you would like to add about your organization, your culture, or even a couple of positions that you'd like to fill? Is that fair? All right, Gregory, you go first.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention we do have for students, anyone that is in community colleges and just about to graduate with their bachelor's degree, we have a behavioral health paraprofessional training program and we have a case management training program. So if you have no experience, we can get you in there to get you your experience to start at the entry level. So by the time that you go through the program, if it's hours that you need to meet the criteria or you get to until you get your degree to become a case manager or a BHT, we have that opportunity. So you don't have to have experience to come on board. We will get you the experience and we want to watch you grow within our company and continue climbing up the ranks and stay with us. And as if you're going on with your master's, you have internships we can do, you have tuition reimbursement you can do. So there's many other qualities that we have for as a company to bring on and to watch you grow. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Gregory. Leah.
So some of our hot positions right now include food services and housekeeping or environmental services professionals. And we are doing a hiring event next Tuesday from 1 to 5 p.m. at Great Wolf Lodge. And we're even offering $1,500 sign-on bonuses for these positions, as well as $2,000 sign-on bonuses for medical assistants and medical office assistants at a virtual hiring event on Thursday, June 2nd. And so I'm currently posting some information about those in the chat box, but these are great ways to get you in the door at Honor Health, whether you're a new career professional, new to the industry, or new as a professional, maybe a young adult or young professional, or even maybe a new high school graduate. And because of our fantastic benefits, including 5250 and tuition assistance every calendar year after 6 months of employment, working 16 hours a week, these are great opportunities to start a career path at Honor Health. And I myself have had 9 different positions at Honor Health, so I can truly say that they support growth and development, like I mentioned before, but opportunities to pursue your professional passions and meet new people and just be able to give back to the community and help patients on their road to recovery.
Thank you, Leah. All right, Debbie.
Well, I just want to end this by saying thank you for inviting me to attend today. And the positions that we're focusing on are RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. And right now, with all our exponential growth, it's a prime opportunity for advancement, for shadowing, for career success planning and transitioning through the different locations that we have, as well as a ground opportunity for growth and any shifts that you want, because we have new wings opening up, a new hospital, so you can move into any area and grow at that point. So we're kind of accommodating in that way right now. So I want to again thank you so much, and remember to look for our opportunities at neuropsychiatrichospitals.net, careers with us.
All right, thank you. And if you do have a domain that you want to, a URL you want to put into the chat to share with the attendees,
okay,
by all means, we are going to include those in the post when we upload this to YouTube, so that not only can they learn about you, but they can click right to the website and apply. So
they can also send me directly. I'll put in there my email address so we can.
Anything you want to share publicly, by all means, put it in the chat, and then we'll make sure we get it posted online as well.
Okay.
Robin.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I didn't highlight about being an employee-owned company is that we have 2 different retirement savings plans. We have our traditional 401k that includes a match on the first 5% that you contribute, but we also have an employee stock ownership plan that the company contributes to exclusively. You know, that's kind of a big plus. We have great benefits, including a medical plan that you don't have to pay anything, contribute toward the cost having that benefit. So, you know, that's a zero cost medical plan for if you enroll in that plan. There's zero cost to you. Of course, you have to pay for, you know, any medical appointments that you have or things like that, but there's no cost to you for having the benefit. And we also have a tuition reimbursement in addition to the learning opportunities that I talked about that we have at Cenlar. We also offer tuition reimbursement. So that's a nice way if you're going to school. And I would say that with any company, if you're looking to pursue going to school, look for a tuition reimbursement program with your company. That's a terrific way to really supplement your salary. You know, it's like writing yourself a check there.
Thank you. Christina.
Yes, one of the things I feel like I didn't highlight enough is the culture of Salad and Go. I mean, the culture is somewhat like super amazing, but we have positions that we're looking to hire because we're growing so much. They're called culture leader positions. And in those positions, those are the people that go into each store. So it's their job to be assigned to a couple of stores in the district. And their job is to just make sure that culture is high, morale is high, team members are engaged. So I think that speaks a lot of who we are as a company. But with that, there's so much room for growth. One of our marketing campaigns is hourly to salary. So every team member in the store, they can see a detailed outline of you start here as a team member and where you can go to get to wherever you want to be within the organization. And we give you detailed steps of what you need to do in order to grow. So that's one of the main things. But right now, like in the store, some of the things we try to highlight, we start everyone off at $15 an hour. But my favorite thing, I don't know why, is every store has an Alexa. And I just think that it's just team bonding because you know what type of people who like whatever station you change to in the store and everything like that. So that's one of my favorite things. But then also everyone gets a free meal, whatever shift you work. So what better place to work than Salad and Go? But yeah, definitely. I think that our culture is amazing and it'll be a great place to grow and work.
That's awesome. Thank you. Megan.
I think some really neat things about community medical services that maybe I didn't touch upon earlier is we do have the ability to hire individuals that just show a lot of great potential. There are a lot of entry-level roles that we are currently hiring for, and it's okay if you don't have, the perfect background or the perfect resume. If you come to your interview and you show initiative, you show passion, and it looks like you want to make a difference in our organization, it is something where we will give individuals a chance if we do see that potential. So I think that's something great that we hire too. Additionally, our executive team is very transparent. We have a town hall every Friday that's led by our CEO and our COO, and they interact with all of the employees throughout the 9 states that we operate in. So even though we have a little bit over 23 clinics in Arizona, if you were in Alaska Wasilla, you would still get the same amount of dedicated time. So I think that's really cool. I've never really seen an executive team get to know everyone on a personal level, so reoccurring. And I think that's really a lot of our awesome culture at Community Medical Services.
Oh, that's fantastic. I want to thank all of our panelists today. Amazing companies doing a lot of great things to grow their teams and give back to the communities. So for all those community partners out there, job seekers out there, we're going to get all this information up on our website so that you can connect with these employers. Those tips that they gave, those are gold. So if you didn't write them down, go back, watch it again. Those tips for getting your application looked at and moving through the interview process. I mean, it is great stuff. So I want to thank everybody again. We enjoy doing this. We do these employer panels every other month. So we're going to have one again in July. But this is a way that we're able to connect the employers with the job seekers and just give you guys some more exposure. So by the way, reach out to me if you have any ideas or feedback for how we can improve these employer panels. Whether you're a panelist or an attendee, let us know how we can make this better and more valuable for you. And then we'll share the YouTube video with everybody in our community, as well as allow you to share it in yours. So I just want to say thank you again for being here. I learned a lot about some really great companies and really enjoyed it. So next up, I want to turn over to Cameron Sides. So Cameron works on the membership side of things over here at NETPA, and I want to let him speak a little bit about joining our organization.
Yeah, so currently for NETPA, individual memberships are starting at $25. Pretty much what that's going to give you access to is our network here at NETPA, as far as getting some local hiring analytics data, additional exposure for your jobs, and allowing us to publish those. And then as well, we do have a $75 membership, and what that's going to include is up to 5 employees. Everything involved with the individual membership, but allows more people to attend and get access to the network.
All right. Thanks, Cameron. All right. And I am going to call on Vera Lee. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. She's going to close us out and got a few announcements for everybody.
Hi, everybody. Wow, what wonderful panelists. Thank you so much. I learned a lot about your companies and your opportunities, and wow, very, very impressive. So thank you so much for joining us. So again, my name is Vera Lee Keenan. My day job is a business services representative with Arizona at Work, Maricopa County. So I'm going to share a few resources for job seekers and employers. Next slide, please, Ryan. So I talk about Arizona at Work. It's the statewide workforce development network that helps employers of all sizes and types recruit, develop, and retain the best employees for their needs. For job seekers throughout the state, we provide services and many resources to help them pursue employment opportunities. So at Arizona at Work, Maricopa County, we have 2 career centers, one in Glendale and one in Gilbert. And we do remain open every day, every business day. We have remained open. We are, of course, practicing social distancing still. We are seeing that relaxing a little bit with the mask mandate, etc., but which is a good thing. But we are open, and we do have computers for job seekers to use. They can work on their resume or apply for jobs, etc. And as well, we have hundreds and hundreds of job flyers with all sorts of opportunities. So job seekers can come in and pick up the flyers. So I'm going to be giving my email out. So if any of you wonderful panelists have any job opportunities you'd like us to share, please feel free to email them to me. So I'll talk about Arizona Job Connection, or AJC. It's a statewide database of employment opportunities where job seekers can search and apply for jobs. And of course, AJC is a great resource for employers as well. They can post their jobs. So interestingly, we are seeing a gradual increase of job seekers requesting assistance and thinking about going back to work. I think generally the position is obviously improving. The COVID is, I mean, it's still with us, but it's really gone away by largely. We're seeing very low numbers. So we're very encouraged. And the other thing is a lot of employers I've heard about are offering bonuses, sign-on bonuses. And I believe there's going to be some sort of help as well for some sort of inducement for people to return to work. So this is all so positive, and we're seeing a great uptick in that. So next slide, please, Ryan. So we do offer quite a few resources online, as you can see. We offer a virtual employment academy, which is an incredible 2-hour workshop helping people with all aspects of finding a job, searching for a job, helps with resumes and interviews, etc. In addition to the Virtual Employment Academy, which is 2 hours, we do have 2 30-minute standalone workshops. The first one is about your resume. Assistance with creating a resume is 30 minutes again. It's an online tutorial, and it helps job seekers create a professional resume and a cover letter. My personal view is it's always good to include a cover letter. Employers may not ask for it, but I think it doesn't hurt. So again, I would encourage that. As well, we have a 30-minute online tutorial, interview techniques. This is to help people, obviously, with interview preparedness and help them hopefully secure their dream job. So again, this is some of the resources that we have online. So if any job seeker is interested, please go to www.maricopa.gov/find-a-job and complete the inquiry form and say which training you're interested in. So next slide, please. Talk a little bit about Arizona Career Readiness Credential. This is a result of employers saying that they were finding it hard to find people who applied who had both hard and soft skills. So what it is it's a credential. It prepares job seekers for success by demonstrating their command of key, hard and soft skills, and it assigns a level of proficiency. Now, this is not an easy credential to acquire. It does require a lot of preparedness, a lot of study, but the great benefit is it's a really good recognized credential and a great addition to a resume. So again, as you can see, job seekers, if you're interested in the AZRC, you can go to maricopa.gov/find-a-job and select the career readiness credential. Next slide, please. Thank you. Some of you have already heard of this. If you hadn't, I really encourage you to sign up for a job blast. As you can see, text AZ at work to 22828. We send out these job blasts twice a week to job seekers, and they include newly posted jobs and information about hiring events and apprenticeships. So really great resource. Again, it's free. They go out twice a week. Next slide, please. Now, we have many community partners. We're blessed to work with some amazing partners, and here are just a few of them on the slide. So starting off with AZ Retail Careers, you can go to their website if you're interested in a job in retail. Best Companies AZ posts many jobs on their website. Career Connectors, many of you have heard of Career Connectors. They're a great resource for job seekers. They hold virtual events showcasing local hiring companies. They offer resume help and assistance with LinkedIn profiles. So Chicanos, Paula Corza offer many great training courses, including retail and finance. Goodwill, of course, they have amazing services for job seekers. They offer career help and they host virtual hiring events. Jobbertising, I never pronounced that correctly, Jobbertising, have many jobs on their website, as do Local Work and Pipeline AZ. So again, some super community partners. They all help in some capacity with job searches, etc. So next slide, please. Okay, now, I hope you've enjoyed today. The next event that we're going to have is on Friday, June the 18th at 10. We are working out details for this. Details will follow. But again, please save the date, Friday, June the 18th at 10. And again, we will be sending out details of the event. So just remains for me to say thank you everybody again for attending. Thank you for our great panelists. And everybody have a great weekend. Keep safe, take care, and look forward to seeing you all on June the 18th. Thank you. Bye-bye.